I'm trying to be a little bit more feminine today. I put on a dress for y'all, so hopefully you like that. Um, so, sorry, I've lost a little bit of weight, so it's kind of falling off me. Here. So, yeah. Oh, she wants a pencil, Bubby. Sorry, I have my dog up here and she's, teething. So she grabs everything and chews. So, anyway, I've been rewatching a lot of the seasons of Supernatural. Most of them are on Netflix, but I have a few of the seasons on DVD, so I've been watching those and the special features that go along with them. So that's been fun. I bought them for the features because I haven't seen them before, except for some of the gag reels that people have shared online. But yeah, you know, I like the show, so I don't mind owning it. And I've been listening to like a little bit of jazz and like Eva Cassidy and stuff like that. I'm playing Fields of Gold in the back. So, you want to be in the video? No, you're just going to lay down? Okay, I'll leave you alone. So, yeah, rewatching them, just, you start noticing things that have changed, like, depending on who's writing it, who the showrunner is, like, things that just didn't really make a lot of sense to me. That Sam can be possessed and by Gadriel, and he killed Kevin, and then a couple episodes next, they're all buddy-buddy, and they're calling him a friend, and I think the same thing happened with Meg. You know, she was responsible for losing their friends as well, so while I believe there can be, the characters can kind of be saved if they really wanted them to befriend these demons and these angels, there has to be evolution of that. It can't just be out of the blue and be like, oh, well, you're part of the group now. I think that was my biggest problem with some of that. And I understand that they kind of want it to have more of a storyline and not so much of Monster of the Week side by side, but I believe that those were perhaps some of the episodes that I enjoyed the most, some of the ones about like the curses and with the actual monsters in them. I feel like in so many of these, we kind of have to have in our minds what this monster is, because this isn't a show that has the budget to perhaps do this, and a lot of their monsters are more humanoid, which I think it's fine. I think it's fine to give it that fear, but, and I think a lot of people were making comments on that video, not a video, but a couple of days ago there was a event that happened where these two teenage punks, I'm not even going to call them girls because they were punks, stabbed another girl, lured her in the woods, and tried to sacrifice her. That people would actually post on those videos that, oh, where were Sam and Dean? Okay, that's so disrespectful to that girl and her family for you to be on there making jokes like that. A little girl almost got killed. What's wrong with you? Like, that's not a point where you make humor. It's not funny. Somebody almost died. Like, I don't understand the humor in that. I really don't. But I did enjoy the episode because I think it showed that there are monsters in this world that aren't monsters. They're, you know, people can be real monsters. We've had all these events happen in our schools and stuff recently that have been really tragic. A couple of days after my sister left Myrtle Beach, her hotel was burnt to the ground. And there was also a shooting of some girls in her sorority. Now, we're not in California, but if you know how the sororities work, there's, you're still a part of it. Like, those are still your sisters, regardless of which state you're in. So, I'm sure you've heard it. I'm sure you know what happened. The asshole decided that he was entitled to being pleasured and women, and he also felt like he had to punish the popular people or whatever. So he shot these girls, and yeah, I'm sure you heard about that. But yeah, it just really goes to show you that there's just some really bad people in this world. Another thing that I've also been really kind of thinking about is gun control, which obviously has been like a front and center issue because of everything that's been going on. But I also believe that when you have things like this happen, you have to hear both sides of the story, and I feel like it's so slanted and so liberal that they're not even willing to hear another opinion. I grew up with firearms since I was really, really young, probably about like 6 or 7. And okay, look, I would never put a firearm in a 6-year-old's hand, but I'm also not going to be like, you can't touch that, or you can't have that. It's like telling a teenager they can't have a cigarette or a drink or something like that. They're only going to want it more, or they're only going to have that curiosity of it because you're not letting them have it. I think if you take the time to perhaps educate somebody about why this is dangerous, or the things that can be done with it, and that it's not a toy, but it's a tool, then perhaps you wouldn't have that. But you also have to understand that in these instances with these people, these just, I don't even know what to call them because I don't want to like say their names and give them more attention than they need. It's just, it kind of just makes me angry because I feel like we need to be hearing both sides, and it's becoming very scary to keep hearing about how those rights that we have, people want to take them away. And I'm not gonna, just say the right to bear arms, because there's a lot that goes along with it. And there are many instances that have to deal with, self-defense. But you know what? You can't just take firearms away from people, because then you end up with the only people having them are military, police, and criminals. You can't have that either. Like, there has to be that balance. And while I understand that there needs to be control and regulation, and that they do need to do some things, and that I do believe that there are things that they could do that would help, this propaganda bullshit that they want to spew at us every day, it's not helping. It's not. And I don't want to disrespect anybody who's ever lost somebody or been through shooting. You know what? I've been there too. I haven't lost somebody directly in a shooting, but I have been on campus twice now where a gunman has come on. I also live in an area where the DC sniper happened when I was really young. So I do understand both sides of it, but it can't be one way or the other. I think the sides really have to like come together and come to a conclusion where it's not so, you can't have just butting heads. If you want results to happen, there needs to be some compromise for change to take place. Okay, so, I had back to Supernatural now, because this video got a little serious. I don't know what they're gonna do with the Dean Winchester thing. I liked the fact, well, I liked the whole Dean as being human thing, you know, because he kind of always was that humanity, and he was a little bit static, not necessarily in a bad way, but the same way that kind of like Atticus Finch is in like To Kill a Mockingbird, where it's kind of like, while the character does grow and evolve in his personality and stuff, his views and what is right and wrong kind of doesn't. Like, he always had that judgment, and I think that's what made Dean Winchester Dean. So I don't believe that's going to be completely gone with him being a demon, because I don't believe that it completely changes your personality. I believe that he might have some urges, and that he may be able to control the blade a little bit better. I have been hearing some predictions from other fans. One of them is that Dean will try to convince Cain to take the mark back. We know that the way, at least we've been told, is the only way to get rid of the mark is to pass it on to somebody else who is worthy or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. I also feel like there's been mentionings of Cain and Abel before, like, even before Cain appeared on the show, and even before the blade became like an arc of the show. I'm not sure how I feel about the storyline as a whole, but I don't feel like it's one that they can just gloss over. I feel like it may take them maybe half a season. I think it would be interesting to see Sam and Castiel maybe search for him, like kind of like they went on the search for their father in the early seasons, like the boys. So I think that might be interesting. However, you don't want to see repeating of the same storylines. Like, you want to see something new and something fresh. So hopefully we can start seeing that. But yeah, I've just been watching some of the older episodes. I watched like 3 yesterday. I watched Wendigo the other day. That was interesting. There was this scene where Dean said he didn't wear shorts. Honestly, I was completely with him. You know, I spend time in West Virginia, so it's very, the briars and the ticks and everything. I'm sorry. Tell that little girl that oh, by the way, he's right to wear pants. Maybe not the boots that he was wearing or the shoes that he was wearing, because you really want to wear something that maybe comes a little bit past your ankle, that gives you a little bit of support, especially when you're going to be in like rocky terrain. You don't want to like end up with a sprain or something. But yeah, so I mean, I have this thing about like when I watch the episodes where I'm like, that doesn't make sense, or I'll notice little things about the way people maybe hold a weapon or hold a firearm, and I'm just like, it kind of irks you a little bit, or that was supposed to only have 5, you know, rounds in it, or, you know, he'll refer to a magazine when it should have been referred to as a clip. Little things like that. But I feel like overall the show has been enjoyable, and it has been strong, and I'm interested to see where they, you know, go with it. And it's a really pretty day. I wish I could show you. Well, maybe I can. I think it's just gonna look white though, when I open these. These blinds suck. Okay. Let's see if I can take this off of here and take the camera over to the window. I'll show you the puppy too. She's getting really big. It's stuck. The camera is stuck. Okay. I'd show you outside so you can see how pretty it is. Oh, it's not focusing. It's kind of focusing, but yeah, you can see it's blue. It's been really a little bit rainy. Yay! Hello, suburbia. So there we are. It's just really nice outside. I might actually go swimming because it's really warm. I need to clean my room really bad. That's why I kind of lifted up the camera right there. I've been painting, so that's why there's a tarp, and like it's my sister's birthday, so there's all sorts of wrapping paper. And there she is. She's doing really, really well. She's had a couple instances where she has had some accidents, like on the carpets and stuff, but she is mostly trained. Like, she'll let me know when she has to go out and stuff like that, so, and she's getting along with the older dog, so that's always really, really nice. So yeah, we're just working on some like obedience stuff right now. She's sleeping, but yeah. So this is the room. Got my Core 4 up there. I got my Yankee tickets up there for October. Some tickets on there from like a couple years ago. And yeah, I'm not going to show you that much more. But this video is probably getting really long. But yeah, so this is the room. Hey, there's me. Alright, I'm gonna stop this now.